When you're driving along and that "Hot Donuts Now" sign catches your eye, do you often give in to the temptation, even if you're not hungry? David Foreman is a retired pharmacist, author, and radio host of the syndicated show, The Herbal Pharmacist, and he's here to talk about why we crave certain foods and how we can curb those cravings. Good to have you back.
Good to be here. Kind of an interesting topic, isn't it?
It is. Are cravings real? Do we crave sugar? Do we crave salt?
We definitely crave. Usually sweet or salty are the two main ones, but then there's things that trigger cravings that I don't think people even understand. Like for me, coming home from a long business trip, I crave popcorn. Not sure really why. Go to a baseball game. It's you have to have that. Some people say you have to have a hot dog and a beer, or for me it's a beer and a bag of peanuts. So there's different environmental areas, different times of the season. Christmas, Thanksgiving, we have those cravings for exactly.
If I smell baked bread, I want it, all of it.
Good for you.
So how do we curb some of these cravings? Well,
I have 4 ways. Some of them are kind of unique and cool. The first thing is if you just kind of have those munchies, cravings throughout the day, eat raw nuts, primarily almonds, and we're talking about raw, so not those seasoned, roasted ones. Almonds and walnuts actually have some good science behind them. So actually, with regards to weight loss, just a handful of almonds a day in 6 months can cause people, or has attributed to people losing about 20% of their body fat.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. So not only are you getting the cravings killed, but you're also having an effect on fat. They're good for heart health and a whole lot more.
Okay, and walnuts are, I've heard all along, those are really healthy.
Exactly.
So that's good.
Exactly. The second thing is white kidney beans. White kidney beans, actually the specific extract. I've always talked about white kidney bean extract being that starch blocker for people that have trouble with carbs and weight loss. Well, a recent study showed that not only did taking the extract called phase 2, which I've got 2 examples of it sitting there, the study not only showed that people lost weight, they were able to maintain their weight loss, but the cool thing was it actually blocked or inhibited their cravings for sugar.
Really?
So sugary containing foods.
So does this mean you keep eating the carbs, but then you eat the white kidney beans, and then it helps not convert those carbs into fat?
Yeah, well, the beans is alone, it's less than 1/100th of what's in the bean to really have the effects. So really the supplement version, the ingredient. So if you go to your pharmacy, health food store, phase 2 is the ingredient you want to look for. But yeah, you can still consume the carbs. It blocks up to 65% of the carb effect on calories. So you can enjoy a little bit more and absorb a lot less of that starchy, sugary stuff. Exactly. But the cool thing is if you do struggle with sugar cravings, using that on a regular basis will curb those as well.
Wow. Okay, that's good news to a lot of people. So you don't have to give up the pasta.
No. The next one's kind of cool. I've got a candle. That's a jasmine-scented candle.
Yes.
And I gave you the essential oil. This is aromatherapy in your ways to kill those cravings for chocolate.
Oh, boy.
So if you're one of those chocolate freaks out there, and no offense by calling you a freak, but seriously, consider using either jasmine oil if it's an acute thing, like you're like, oh my God, I gotta have some chocolate. Or if you're one of those people that suffers throughout the day, maybe get a jasmine-scented candle and burn that, and you'll curb your cravings.
But a little dark chocolate is okay, right?
Oh, yeah, and the darker the better, right? The higher concentration of cocoa. I'm a big advocate of chocolate.
But not the whole wad.
And last but not least, this is not my little stuffed animal. This is just a little eye pillow for sleep. And the reason I brought this is just to get people to understand that sleep or lack of sleep, like 6 hours or less, science at Cal Berkeley just showed that people have this decrease, their inhibitions are gone. So, so you get more sleep, 8 to 10 hours of sleep a day, your cravings will go away.
And you'll have less...
So, like, I'm going to just have to kick back on the sofa here and take a little nap.
So you won't go on a carb overload or chocolate. Now, if I'm just using this jasmine here.
And if you crave chocolate while you're sleeping, you just put some jasmine oil on your eye pillow. You get a 2-for-1 special on that. Is that working for you?
Oh, yeah.
You weren't really feeling chocolate before.
Oh, this smells so good. Don't want any chocolate for the rest of the day. Now, there are some foods here that can wreck your willpower when it comes to food cravings. What are those? What are some of the top foods that can just wreck your willpower?
Well, like you mentioned, donuts.
Right.
Seriously, just that scent, and I drive by one of those Krispy Kreme places on the way here today. And you smell that. Popcorn. You go to the movies. The scent of popcorn will do it.
Don't get the bucket of butter on top. Just go get the popcorn.
Exactly.
Well, this is all really interesting, especially that white kidney bean. Okay.
Yes, yeah, multiple effects on weight and cravings.
There you go. Okay, the herbal pharmacist, David Foreman. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
No chocolate cravings here. We'll be right back.